Good afternoon, everyone. My Deputy Mayor, Councillor McColman, my fellow councillors. We have all councillors present, and Councillor Duran is online with us. And welcome to the August 15th, 2022 monthly council meeting. I'd like to welcome Deputy Mayor and Council, as mentioned, and we have our CAO, Gordon McFarlane, with us. Our Director of Finance, Kristen Dunsford, is with us. And our Acting Director of Human Resources, Brian Harlick, is on my left here, and he's also running the controls today. And welcome to the viewers on YouTube, as well as Colin McLean from the Journal Pioneer and other members of the media. So, the meeting has been called to order. Any conflicts of interest to declare? I do not see any lights on. So is there a motion to approve the monthly council minute meetings of July 18, 2022?
I'm sorry, Your Worship, I missed the agenda, the approval for the agenda. I wanted to add one item to police services. It would be C, and it's West Drive, Curran Drive.
C, where's C, 9?
Police, yeah. So it'd be 9C.
Okay.
If I could make an amendment to that.
Okay, that's a friendly amendment. I believe everybody agrees.
Thank you.
Deputy Mayor, you have a question?
And yes, Your Worship and members of council, there has been an item that we're going to do at the beginning.
Okay, thank you. Okay, is there anything further then in the minutes from July 18, 2022? If not, is there a motion to approve them? Moved by Councillor Adams and seconded by Councillor McDougall. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Contrary nay. Carried. Correspondence, I'll just take a few minutes here. We had, it's been really, really busy, but I'll bounce out a few things here. I was over to Shediac, an invitation over to their lobster festival, which was great. We got a great thing going between the two communities over the years. And there was an invitation last week, or the date August the 5th, I guess it was. I was down to UPEI, had an invitation from the Minister of Ocoa. There was an announcement there for the Canada Games and for the province, and I received an invitation from Minister Pettipaw Taylor, and a great opportunity to meet her and speak with her, which is great. We've had a lot of successful applications processed through Ocoa, and anyway, it was a great little discussion. And there's an invitation here for a dinner on the 28th of September. That's for the Kidney Foundation. So that's that one, and I'll just be a couple more minutes here or less. I was invited to Lennox Island for the St. Anne's Sunday Day on July the 31st. Very nice reception and a parade and great hospitality, and we thank Chief Bernard for the invitation. And I was also invited to the swearing in of the new Chief Justice, James W. Gormley, on July the 19th. I was unable to make that. I'm not sure if somebody represented the city. And I got a nice thank you note from the Community Outreach Coordinator. And the letter from Provincial Minister for the $255,000 amount that has been approved. PEI Act of Transportation. PEI has been approved in principle, and this one, I believe other councillors attended that one. That was the official opening of the ice pond. So that's all I have for now, but it has been very busy with so many wedding anniversaries and birthdays and a lot of things going on. So I'll not take any more time on this nice August day. So we'll continue on. Deputy Mayor, you have the floor.
Thank you, Your Worship. I do have one resolution to bring before council. It was moved by myself, Deputy Mayor Norma McColman, and seconded by Councillor Corey Snow. Whereas Gerard Turk Gallant was born and raised in Summerside, Prince Edward Island, and whereas Gerard Turk Gallant has had a successful career as a professional hockey player and continues to have a successful coaching career in the National Hockey League, and whereas Gerard Turk Gallant is a wonderful ambassador for the City of Summerside and Prince Edward Island, and whereas the City of Summerside wishes to acknowledge and recognize the achievements of Gerard Turk Gallant, Be it resolved, the City of Summerside declare Tuesday, August the 16th, 2022 as Gerard Turk Gallant Day in the City of Summerside.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor. And that was moved by Deputy Mayor and seconded by Councillor Snow. All in favour, but any comments to be made? I think this is a great idea, and it clearly spells it out in the motion, everything that he has done and continues to do for sport and for our city, because he's known all around the world now for his great work. So, all in favour say aye. Oh, sorry, Councillor Ramsey.
No, I just think it's a wonderful opportunity for us to do this for Turk. He's given to this community for years and years and years and years. And he's a great fellow neighbor of mine down in the west end of Summerside. So I couldn't be more proud, and congratulations to Turk for having this day named after him.
Thank you.
Tuesday.
And tomorrow is a special announcement day, and we'll have some more to say tomorrow, but I agree.
And just very briefly, I think Turk Gallant is, as we often say, our hometown son, our hometown boy. And I think the thing that I have heard and have recognized in him so many years is that he's never forgotten where he's come from, and he's never forgotten the people of Summerside. And I think that speaks very well of what kind of character he has. So
Thank
very
you.
proud.
Councillor McFeely.
Yes, just very briefly, Your Worship, just echo what others have said. Regretfully, I won't be able to be there tomorrow because I'm heading out of the province tonight on some Canada Games business, but certainly, you know, Turk's record speaks for itself, and what he's given back to this community is significant. And there'll be a couple of us around, I guess, that would remember him when I was around the rink there as the manager and assistant manager. He was playing his minor hockey and stuff there, and you know, you knew at that time that there was something special there, and certainly that specialness has clearly manifested itself in a number of ways over the years. So it's just, I think it's a wonderful tribute, and regretfully would love to be there tomorrow, but can't be. So thank you.
Thank you, Councillor McFeely. Councillor McDougall.
Yes, thank you, Your Worship. I just a couple of words. Turk is, as we all call him, is probably one of the most respected names in hockey, and no matter what league he was in, he was very well respected, still is, and he's a great community guy, and I'm looking very forward to the announcement tomorrow, so thank you.
Thank you. I believe Councillor Snow, then Councillor Adams.
Yeah, thank you, Your Worship. Just like everybody else, just to congratulate Turk on a very well-deserved honor. Really looking forward to tomorrow's announcement, and we'll just leave it at that. And I think it's probably well past time, but it's going to be great. So, congratulations, Turk.
Thank you, Councillor Snow. Councillor Adams.
Thank you, Your Worship. Just quickly echo what everybody else has said, and I think Turk is a perfect example of those of us who have children in sports, and you know, it's good to be successful at something, but it's also great to be an even better person. So I think he's the perfect example of that. So thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Kimball, you probably did some roughing in your younger days, and I'm not sure if you would be doing...
Umpire, and I've
Umpire.
experienced Turk's qualities.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it should be mentioned, but all he's done over the years for the Boys and Girls Club is quite commendable.
Thank you, Councillor. And as was mentioned, I mean, he left here 40 years ago, and I remember when the winter of '72, just when I was starting at Summerside, he'd be at like every other 9 or 8-year-old as a kid out front of the rink after a game, and was always a great kid, and he made it to the best league in the world, and he's still in the best league in the world, coach of the year of the best league in the world, world championships, and so he has an amazing career for 40 years. And as Deputy Mayor said, he never forgot where he came from, and a fine gentleman, and we certainly were pleased to do this. And when people see the function tomorrow, and whenever they see that big sign going up, they'll say, it's great to be, great, well, that's all I can say at this time, but it'll be great to, that he's honored, and so that's all I'll have to say today, maybe a little more tomorrow. Anyway, thank you very much. So we'll continue on. Do you have a financial report, Deputy Mayor? You
Yes,
still-
I do, Your Worship. And I know we're going with the condensed version. I just want to say good afternoon to colleagues on City Council, residents and businesses for the City of Summerside. And again, my report is very preliminary financial results up until the March 31st, 2020, or until March 31st, 2023, and this is the first quarter. The preliminary results show a surplus of $358,000, but in our last monthly report, we did explain that the variance relates to electric sales, greater consumption, service charges for development. So please be aware that these are very preliminary results, and departments are beginning to review their projections for March 31st, 2023. A resolution has been is being presented today, this afternoon, to award long-term financing of $12,969,200 for our 2021-22 capital expenditures and to refinance loans that will be maturing. And I will read them here, but these will be the same things in the resolution. So the general fund, the new borrowing of $11,454,400 is required to finance 2021-22 capital expenditures and will be made up of the following. In the general fund, there will be $6,111,700 for the following projects: Pope Road and Central Street intersection, city shares of the infrastructure projects for the multipurpose dome, Granville Street storm sewer, and the portion of the demolition and remediation costs for the Holland College building, with the work performed to March 31st, 2022. In the electric utility, $1,675,600 for the following expenditures: transformer for the substation, recloser replacement, extension to primary, secondary distribution lines, transformers, and pole replacements. In the water utility, $2,243,900, and this is going towards the water main replacements and water infrastructure relating to the Pope Road and Central Street intersection. In the sewer utility, $1,423,200 for the sewer main reconstruction, the city's share of Reed's Corner lift station replacement, and sewer infrastructure relating to the Pope Road and Central Street intersection. Two loans totaling $1,514,800 will be maturing and will be refinanced, and they are water utility, $1,020,000, and that's for 2011 capital expenditures, and in the sewer utility, $494,800 for 2011 capital expenditures. For residents and our information, city borrows for capital expenditures of its utilities and larger non-recurring projects in the general fund to spread the cost over a reasonable period. Debt servicing costs associated with the proposed borrowing are included in the city's 22-23 budget. A request for proposal was issued on July 25th, 2022 and closed on August 10th, 2022. 5 submissions were received, and now for an update on the status of our utility accounts. The total overdue balance is $146,500 compared to $134,000 at July 13th, 2022. Approximately 2.8 or 4,100 or 4,100 of the overdue balance is greater than 60 days past due, but this compares to 4.4% or 5,900 at July 13th. And we would like to remind residential customers that there is a budget billing program, and we're stressing that again simply because we're running into inflation and people have a lot of, outlay of expenses. So there is a monthly installment plan that is based on your prior 12-month billing. The application form is available on the website, or you can call 902-432-1230 for more information. And that concludes my report. And for the benefit of council, as usual, in your monthly report, you have a package of all of the breakdowns of revenue and expenses for this period. And there's just one resolution, Your Worship.
Thank you, Councillor, or Deputy Mayor McColman. And your resolution is basically everything you just read.
Yes,
But
it is.
anyway, we'll have to read it into the minutes.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Thank you. And I'll just do the top portion of Resolution COS 22-104, moved by myself, Deputy Mayor Norma McColman, and seconded by Councillor Vice Chair Brian McFeely, Councillor McFeely. And whereas the City of Summerside borrow from financial institutions to finance the cost of a portion of its capital expenditures from the previous fiscal year and to refinance existing loans that have come due. Be it resolved that Council authorizes long-term borrowing in the amount of $12,969,200 for 2021-22 capital expenditures and refinancing of existing loans that matured to TD Canada Trust as follows. And I won't get into all of those loan amounts simply because I've just read them from my report, but they are all here documented in the resolution for our residents. And that concludes the resolution.
So moved by Deputy Mayor McColman and seconded by Councillor McFeely. Any questions? All in favour say aye.
Aye.
Contrary nay. Carried.
Thank you, everyone.
That's all you have at this point? Okay, we'll continue on. I understand Councillor Snow is, even though Councillor Duran is online, Councillor Snow will read the report.
Yeah, thank you, Your Worship. I'll start by thanking Director Aaron McDonald, who compiled the report. The 2022 construction season and capital projects continue throughout the city. Construction and the inspection of these jobs will continue over the next number of months. The work on the Central Street water main replacement project is still ongoing. The lower section is now being reinstated and crews will move above Maple Avenue in the coming weeks. The sewer replacement project and paving sidewalk projects are continuing as well. The status of those streets as well as other projects are updated weekly on our website. The infill tender started and work on the project will continue for the majority of the summer. 26 building permits with a value of a little over 3.3 million were issued for the month of July, with a total year to date of 158 permits for a value of 38 million. We issued 1 permit for change of use tourism rentals, 2 permits for single family houses. We also issued 6 permits for 3 semi-detached, 1 mini home placement, 8 permits for decks, additions, and accessory buildings. We've also issued 5 commercial permits for self-storage buildings as well as 1 for institutional building. Overall, a typical mix of permitting for this time of year. The permitting and development inquiries have also been quite busy so far this year. Developers are stopping by and speaking with staff for assistance for proposed projects for the 2022 season. Citizens are encouraged to continue to reach out and ask for assistance for projects they have planned. That is the technical services report.
Thank you, Councillor Snow. Any questions? Deputy Mayor? Oh, sorry, your light was on there.
No, I'll just wait till Councillor Corey's finished. I forgot one point from financial, so I'll wait.
Okay. Councillor Drawn, anything further to add to that?
No, congratulations, Councillor Snow. That was a job well done. Good reading.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, Councillor, or Deputy Mayor McCollum.
Yes, I apologize to you, Mayor Worship and Council. I just missed an important point that should be in our minutes concerning the resolution, the financial resolution. The final point, the City of Summerside is able to incur the indebtedness and liability as set out above the loan total of $12,969,200. It will not cause the City of Summerside to exceed its debt limit as set out in the Municipal Government Act, Part 3, Division 3, Section 164(3). And the security required for this borrowing transaction is the appropriate borrowing resolution and related documentation. And I just wanted that in the minutes.
Thank you. And that's for some of the infrastructure projects with funding from the other 2 wards of government as well. Okay, thank you. We'll continue on with the agenda then. And Councillor Campbell, how are things in the electrical? Busy?
Busy, busy, busy.
You can handle it, though.
41.3% of our electricity came from wind this month, which is the good news, up a bit. Generator run hours were 8.3 hours. 7 new electric customers energized this month. 10 electrical service upgrades. 18 new poles were installed and 2 removed. 5 transformers were installed and 9 removed. 41 service calls were responded to this month. 4 appliances have been sold in the Heat for Less program. That has a total now at 505 units. Tenders have been issued for the berm and the Bayview Drive Road realignment and the tree work for the Sunbank project. Tenders close on August the 17th. The steel and aluminum structures are being installed this month at 99 Harvard Street. Should be completed by August the 19th. Summerside Electric website information on the city website is being reviewed and updated. Chippers Court is, where's that at? That's a new street, I think, isn't it?
Yeah. By Putters?
Up by Putters, Chippers and Putters.
Yeah.
The build is being energized for electrical services. Poles installed at substation to relocate 4 circuits for Sunbank project. Outage was August 12th and 13th. I think we spoke about that earlier. Our Snow and Modell's Fish Mart service connecting and cleaning up of the old infrastructure, restoring downtown commercial opportunities. Replace 6x6 boardwalk posts for Mackenzie Drive. Engine number 6 generator annual maintenance completed. Repair auxiliary traffic lights at Granville and Ryan intersection. Mackenzie Drive boardwalk light repair. Engine 1 generator annual maintenance completed. Installed all the missing wind turbine base bolt caps. Repair raw water system cooling for generators. Replace all the traffic bulbs on one head at Water and McEwen. That's my report, Your Worship.
Thank you, Councillor Campbell. Any questions for the Chair of Electrical?
Now I have 4 resolutions.
Okay, sir, go ahead.
Resolution COS 22-105, moved by myself, Councillor Campbell, seconded by Deputy Chief? Deputy Mayor Norma McColman. Whereas the electric rates and schedule policy manual has been amended to April 1st, 2022, and the City of Summerside wants to adopt these amendments. Be it resolved that the City of Summerside adopt the electric rates and schedule policy manual dated April 1st, 2022. This bears a recommendation of the Electric Committee of August 2nd, 2022.
Moved by Councillor Campbell and seconded by Deputy Mayor McColman. Any questions? All in favor say aye. Aye. Contrary nay. Carried.
Resolutions COS 22-106, Councillor Campbell and second by Councillor McColman. Tenders were called for in 2021 SC-007 substation expansion structures, and whereas the City of Summerside received 1 tender bid in good order as follows. McDougall Steel Erectors is the firm. The cost taxes included is, there we go, $491,207.55. Be it resolved that the City of Summerside award the substation expansion structures tender to McDonald Steel Erectors for the value of $491,207.55. This bears a recommendation of the Electric Committee.
Thank you. Moved by Councillor Campbell and seconded by Deputy Mayor McColman, and it's awarded to McDougall Steel.
Is that
And it's a
McDougall
coincidence
Steel?
that the power went out when the electrical chair was giving his report. The power didn't go out, it just
Can't
these
take
automatic
my eyes
sensors.
off it at all.
Any questions on the resolution?
I believe McDougall Steels is that local company on
Yeah.
McEwen,
Yeah.
which is good news.
Okay, moved by Campbell, or Councillor Campbell, and second by Deputy Mayor. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Contrary, nay. Carried.
And resolution COS 22-107, moved by Councillor Campbell, second by Councillor McCollum. Whereas tenders were called for in 2022 SC 00-1 Protection and Control Cabinet Sunbank. Controls Cabinet Sunbank and the City of Summerside received four tender bids in good order as following. The firm Power Precision, the cost, taxes included, was $62,000. Cutting Edge was $64,085. Rising Edge was $64,785. And IEA SXL, $83,306.58. Be it resolved, the City of Summerside award the Protection and Control Cabinet Sunbank tender to Power Precision for the value of $62,000. This bears the recommendation of the Electric Committee.
Moved by Councillor Campbell and seconded by Deputy Mayor McCollum. And we've all heard the resolution. It's great to see four bids. Anyway, any questions? All in favor, say aye. Contrary, nay. Carried. Well, you're batting 1,000, Councillor Campbell.
Okay, if
Go
my
for it.
old voice will hold up, I got one left, Your Worship.
Keep going.
Resolution COS 22.
Resolution COS 22-108, August 15th, 2022, moved by Councillor Greg Campbell, seconded by Councillor Norma McColman. Whereas tenders were called in the 2022 SE-002 substation expansion, electrical works, Sunbank, and whereas the City of Summerside received 6 tender bids in good order as follows. Firm RET Atlantic Limited, the cost, taxes included, $443,647. Second firm, K-Line Construction, $453,811.85. Firm, Locks Electrical, option A, $527,330.14. Firm G.J. Cal and Company Limited, $732,550. Firm Connect Atlantic Utility Services, $784,008.73. And firm Locks Electrical Option B, $2,064,615.50. Be it resolved, the City of Summerside awards the substation expansion electrical works Sunbank tender to RET Atlantic Limited for the value of $443,647. This bears the recommendation of the Committee of Electrical Services.
Thank you. Moved by Councillor Campbell and seconded by Councillor Deputy Mayor McCollum. Just a question maybe the CAO could fill. I'm just wondering, Locks Electrical and there's an option B, so I'm not quite clear on what that means. Like there's an option B with the same firm. Maybe we'll get it clarified later from the electrical engineer. Okay. We can get that clarified.
I'd say they submitted a tender with two different likely scopes of work,
Okay.
but
Anyway, the
neither
committee
one of
had-
them were the low bid, so.
The committee had gone through it, so, with the lowest bid. Okay, thank you. All in favor, say aye. Oh, sorry, anybody else? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Contrary, nay. Carried. Well, thank you, Councillor Campbell. You got all of your 4 resolutions passed unanimously. And we'll continue on. Municipal Services, Councillor McDougall, how you doing?
Good, thank you, Your Worship. Got a report here from Director Greg Goody. The sewage plant has performed their major maintenance for the month, and everything is working fine there. Painting the crosswalks are complete except for the construction areas. There's a few arrows left in parking spaces, and then we'll be going on to the parking lots. Asphalt street patching is all complete except for McEwen Road. Driveway culvert repairs are slightly over halfway through our budget with 17 complete, and the remaining will be completed probably later on this month. Street sweeper is performing well and continues regular routines, and Joe is very happy. He's everything, he's just waving and smiling the whole time, so that's great. Street signage repairs continue throughout the month, and to replace any faded or damaged ones. And if any one sees one that's in need of attention, call 902-432-1268 for repair. There's a new crosswalk being installed at the intersection of McGee and South Drive on the north side of McGee Drive. We're just getting that in before school starts. So. And all the water samples, chlorination samples, and that type of thing has all come in with all clear. So I won't bother going through all those. So that's all I have, Your Worship, for a report.
Thank you, Councillor McDougall. Any questions? I know if you want to speak, Councillor Duran, I can't see your light from here, but anyway, do you have any questions?
No, all clear here. I guess if I have something, I'll just listen for a break in the speaking, and I'll scream or I'll speak
Jump
up
in.
as quickly as I can.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Do you have anything further?
No, that's all I have, Your Worship. Thank you.
Councillor Campbell has his light on. I'm not sure if he's got a question. No, okay. Okay, anything further? If that's it then, okay. Thank you. We're moving right along here. Councillor McFeely, how's economic development? I know it's busy, but
Economic development is busy, Your Worship, and I'll be very brief. The report is in the package, and just highlight a couple of things. In the month, there was 30 unique client interactions for the month, and it seems to be some common themes each month there with those interactions. People are asking where can they find space in Summerside, can the office assist with labor recruitment, and can they assist with the business networking. Very pleased that another European company has decided to use Summerside to pilot their technology, and this one's around, it's a wind technology company out of Europe. They will begin operating in Summerside and testing their technology as they want to grow their North American footprint, and that'll begin to happen this fall, so we're excited by that. And we talked last month quite a bit about Aspen Kent and the value-added piece to the contract out there around the Sunbank project, and it continues to be a highlight. We built into that contract, into the bid procedure on that value-added piece, and presently there's 90 jobs out there, and that'll continue to grow. So very, very pleased with that. So. With that, also just want to thank the office staff there, and Mike Tutusky has prepared the report, but I know they're extremely busy. I know that Mike has been working tirelessly on 2 projects, big projects for Summerside, and hopefully we'll be in a position to have some good news around 1 or 2 of those in the coming months, and I know there's been a pile of effort put into trying to get to the point where we're able to make some public announcements, and I really want to thank Mike, and I could say Mike and his team, but especially Mike and Neil's 2 people for their efforts, because it's not easy work. It's you gotta be going at it all the time, and there's a lot of rejection along the way, but at the end of the day, I think there's going to be some good news here, so thank them for that. Thank you.
thank you, Councillor McFeely. Any questions for the chair? I do not see any questions, so we'll continue on. I believe I get my paperwork sorted out here. Community Services? Or you-
No, I think it's.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
All right, the Police Services and Fire and Emergency Planning, Councillor Ramsey.
Okay, thank you, and welcome everyone, and just want to go over our fire service report for the month of July. Very busy month for the firefighters. They had 35 calls, and they trained 93.5 hours in total. So they are always very, very busy over there, and July seemed to be even busier. I would like to congratulate firefighters Chris Richard, Sean Allen, Mark Richard, and Jonathan Myers for very successfully representing Summerside Fire at the recent Fire Pit Challenge in Amherst, Nova Scotia. Some say it's the toughest 2 minutes in sport, and I'm sure these guys would agree. So congratulations to them. Just wanted to put a short note out here to residents regarding, we have an RPF, also known as a tender out, for proposal for project management team and design team for our new fire hall. And the closing is Thursday, the 18th, 2022, so coming to a closing here. Pretty excited about that. We're looking forward to moving forward on our new fire hall plan. So that's it for my report regarding fire services.
Thank you. As a question, Councillor Snow?
Just a comment, I listened to Let's Talk this morning, there was, Councillor McColeman was on there, and also Chief Ron was on there, and just want to congratulate them on their great work. We continue to say how lucky we are to have them, but I mean, next door to City Hall here, there was a significant fire when people's lives were really at risk, and all that training they do constantly paid off. So I just want to congratulate Ron and all the firemen and women on their great work.
Thank you, Councillor Snow, and it was quite a rescue, wasn't it? You know, so thank you for that.
And likely a very successful fundraiser Friday night.
It was, and I know I probably should have talked about that, but it's going on our next month's report. But it was a very successful fundraiser on Saturday evening. I attended, and I believe Councillor McColeman was there. And anyway, it was a lot of fun and good music, and the Ellis Family Band, and then their children were playing as well. So it was a great night of entertainment and a really good fundraiser for our Summerside Firefighters Association. So, yes, that's.
Thank you.
Yeah. You're welcome.
So you have a police
Yep.
report too?
Then I'm going to go into our police report. And Summerside Police members continue to do a large number of volunteer and training, and they did as well through the month of July. The following is a list of some of the occurrences totals that happened in the month of July. So call for services were 676. So that was up a lot again. They're very, very busy from June. Traffic accidents were up. They're at 33. Reported crimes of assaults and threats were down. That's at 18. Theft reports were 28. That's up a few. Impaired driving offenses that would blow over 80 or refusal to take the breathalyzer were at 14, and that's up pretty high. For June, it was only 5, and for May, it was 7. So 14 is, that means they're being very busy out there, you know. And highway traffic charges, including speeding, were 70. Break-enter reports, business and residential, were 6, which remains the same as in June. And drug enforcement charges, and that does not include the JFO work that is done with the joint forces, were 3. That's my police report. And one of the things I guess that did happen this month is that our Chief Poirier put in his resignation for October. And, you know, we wish him very, very well. He'll be here until, I believe it's October 7th. So we still have lots of time to congratulate him and for all the great work he's done for the city of Summerside over the last 45 years. So that concludes my report on police services. If anyone has any questions or
Thank
anything
you.
to say.
I do not see any.
I just
Go
have
ahead.
one item
Bruce.
that I'd like to,
Sorry.
no, that's fine,
Excuse me.
that I had put on the agenda.
Okay.
If I can speak to it now, is that all right?
Yes, I'm very sorry.
No, no,
It
no,
was
that's
added
fine.
to the wrong, yes, go ahead, Bruce, sorry.
Thank you, Councillor Ramsey and Your Worship. I've been dealing with a speeding issue on Glen Drive, on West Drive, for a number of years. And we've had it on the speeding issue on the agenda, tech services, a number of times just over the last year and a half or so. The police services continue to do their job. Every time we've asked, they've been out there and they have done extra patrols, and every time you go up the street there's somebody being stopped. It's a speeding issue, and it's a 50 right now. It's an issue that is not getting any better. We now have, and also tech services over the last year or so have done the speed counts and the traffic counts, and it continues to be a problem. Recently, I've had a resident there provide me with hundreds of videos where he's on the light. There's a speed sign there that flashes, and lots of them are 80s. Basically never counted anything from 50 to 60. Once from 60 up, and there's all kinds of them, 80, 87, 90, 97, and recently the last one that I seen, we had a tow truck go through and the sign would not light up because after 100 it doesn't light. And this is a residential area. We have a 40 kilometer in Bayview. This is no different, and it's a feeder street. So I'm recommending, or I'm putting a motion on the floor to reduce the speed to 40 kilometers on West Drive and to put a three-way stop on Curran and West. And the three-way stop, well, there's one on Curran now, so it's a matter of a couple of stop signs and a little bit of paint. So I would appreciate if I could have a seconder on that motion.
I'll second that, Councillor McDougall.
We have.
Okay, we got moved by
Yeah.
Councillor McDougall, and I believe Councillor Duran was, you got in first, I think.
That's fine.
Councillor Duran seconded, right?
Yes, Your
Yes.
Worship, yeah.
Thank you.
I appreciate that, and if there's any questions or,
So the procedure will be after today,
well, we need to pass the motion and then let
Staff
city
handle
deal with it, yeah.
but there'll have to be an advertisement or?
There will be, yes,
rather than-
normal whenever we do anything like that,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Any further, I believe there's some lights on here. I think Deputy Mayor McCollum and then Councillor Ramsey, and then I thought I saw Councillor Snow's light. Okay. Go ahead, Deputy Mayor.
Councillor McDougall and I had just talked about this before the meeting. I was just checking in finance just to see if it was on budgeted or if it was within the budget or whatnot. And we've talked about it. And my only reason for bringing this point up is because I feel as finance chair, one of the things when I took on that portfolio was that I wanted people to know that everything that we do as a council is there, it's measured, it's all of those things. But I understand that this is a situation, and I just guess I want to say it to people in the other wards, because I know sometimes they see this and they think, well, why aren't we looking after things in their wards? And I find I get a lot of comments on that, and I'm trying to be down the middle and fair. So I think if we can move forward on it, but I just want people to know that sometimes things do come up that we have to look at, and I don't know how much it's going to be.
No, and we put money in this year's budget for traffic calming, and this is part of that, I would expect, right? So.
Thank you. I believe then Councillor Ramsey,
Yeah,
and then
and-
Councillor Snow.
Thank you, Your Worship, and thank you, Bruce, for bringing this forward, and Bruce and I have talked about this as well, and I do think that is a through street, but it's a very busy one, and it is residential, and, people are going too fast down that street, and it's all about safety, and it has to be about safety, and that will certainly slow it down if we put that stop sign about center there, so I support this, Bruce, I support you in this.
Thank you. Councillor Snow.
Yeah, I have no issue with it. I think over the last number of years, we've tried lots there, I know, between police sitting out, and my hope is that this will rectify it and then free up the police resources for other areas that are having issues. I think it's a great way to attempt to address the problem, so I have no issue with moving ahead with it.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
So, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Contrary, nay. Carried.
Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Councillors.
Councillor McDougall, for that. And Councillor Snow, you have the floor again in Community Services.
Thank you, Your Worship. I'd like to start by thanking JP DeRoger, who compiled the report. The month of July was definitely a busy one. Canada Games hosted a wrestling camp, followed by a Wrestling Canada event, 5-day international camp as well at the Island Petroleum Energy Centre. For what began at the end of June and spanned over 10 days into July, the Canada Cup of Wrestling was a new event for the province and saw an economic impact of over $1 million. Come mid-July, it was time to turn the plan on and begin putting ice in the ice pad in preparation for Tenacity Hockey. 3 weeks of hockey camps, followed by a Hockey PEI's high performance program and Summerside Western Capitals training camp. The Aquatic Center announced they will now offering lifeguarding at Green Shore Beach throughout the summer months, which offer residents and visitors a safe alternative to swimming outdoors during the summer months. The splash pad at Leisure Park was also very busy over the month. Summerside was also named Prince Edward Island's most active community for the month of June by Participaction's Community Better Challenge, thanks to Active Living Division. Summerside beat out likes of Three Rivers, Charlottetown, and Surrey, to name a few, and were awarded $15,000 for their efforts to put towards sport and recreation in Summerside. The 18th annual Lobster Fest Beach Festival volleyball tournament took place at the grounds of Credit Union Place, with over 70 teams taking part in 3-day beach volleyball tournament. The same weekend was Summerside Fast Pitch Showdown tournament, which took place in Summerside, with over 40 teams taking part in the U13, U15, and U17 divisions. Lastly, Atlantic Cape Motorcycle Festival and Ribfest closed out the month of July on the grounds of Green Shore that saw thousands flock the grounds over the weekend. Kicking off Thursday afternoon, the events ran right through until Sunday evening, with portions taking place at the Sunset Room, Shipyard Market, Evermore Brewing, Credit Union Place, and motorcycle involvement in the downtown Summerside Classic Car Nights. The event drew over 250 pre-registered participants, while hundreds came to simply take in a few of the motorcycle events and enjoy the live entertainment, Ribfest, and vendors on the event grounds. That is my report, Your Worship. Just in closing, though, I'd like to personally congratulate Colin Coke Grady on his induction to the PEI Sports Hall of Fame. He is a constituent of mine, or was a constituent of mine, and unfortunately, after his passing, he's now being honored. But everything I've learned of Colin Coke Grady is that he was an amazing athlete here in the province and gave back to minor ball and sport throughout his life. And unfortunately, I was busy coaching ball and couldn't attend, but I did reach out to his family and congratulate them and let them know that I wasn't going to be able to attend. But I'd just like to close by congratulating him on his induction.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Councillor Snow, and certainly a busy department you have there. And maybe you mentioned it, but you mentioned, this month, there's a national under 15 girls.
Under 16 girls.
Under 16 girls, so that'd be a big tournament.
August, I want to say 25th to the 29th. And yeah, teams from all over. It's a Canadian championship. We have teams coming from across Canada. It is going to be an absolute great event. The ball field is in great shape. We just finished up doing some painting and so on, and we're looking forward to awarding. We had new lighting put in Legends Field as well. So the ball field's looking great, as it always does, and we're ready to host teams from across Canada. And as you can see from, we hosted that Canada Cup of Wrestling. It had a $1 million impact. So hosting these events are huge for our city, for business and so on. So anytime we can attract teams from across, or parents and families from across Canada participate in sport, it's always great for our community as a whole.
Thank you. It's certainly going to be a great tournament. And as you mentioned, at that age, the parents will be with them and
Yeah.
family members, so they will contribute a lot to the economy as well as the great sport that they're playing. Also, you had mentioned Coke Grady's. We attended the ceremonies the other night. It was sad, but yet it was great to see him honored. But because he was such an athlete in Summerside for many years and an all-around great person, and we miss him. You know, we used to have coffee every second day, and everybody thought the world of Coke Grady. And if he was coming up nowadays with ball and hockey skills, he'd be going, you know, to the pros, because he had a lot of talent and had the fire in the belly. So anyway, it was nice to see all his family there the other night and to see him finally recognized in the PEI Sports Hall of Fame. Anyway, that's all I have at this point. Who's next on the agenda now? Councillor Adams, you have legal affairs and culture and policy review. The floor is yours.
I just have a couple short reports, Your Worship. Human Resource and Legal Affairs. Matt Vaughn was recently hired as the manager of Financial Services. Matt and his wife Jennifer live out in, it's Wilmot, but it's your ward. Yeah. Competitions are underway for an executive assistant, police constables, part-time crossing guards, and daytime lifeguards. And a staff family fun day is taking place, or was held yesterday at Shining Waters Family Fun Park. That's it for that one, Your Worship.
Okay.
Okay, I'll go into the next one, the Culture Summerside. Just quickly, the Interpretive Center that is over here at, we call the Armories, is open to the public through July and August. To date, the feedback is positive. They are currently tending small finishing touches. Coach tours have started visiting. Community members have started submitting suggestions for future exhibits. And the meeting space in the lower level will soon be open for regular bookings. So it's great to see the inquiries are already flowing in. The Diversity Festival. Organizers worked together and delivered this event in Summerside on July the 24th. The celebration of multiculturalism, diversity, and inclusion happened on the grounds of the Lafergie Cultural Center. And there is a link provided for more on the Diversity Festival, but it's also on the Culture Summerside Facebook page if people want to go there. The museums are open to the public 6 days a week. Visitation has been very busy, as we know. All tourism numbers on the island are up, so that's great. Numbers of visitors to the Wyatt Historic House Museum in July and August are up over the last number of years, and our regular users of the Lafergie Cultural Center remain consistent. Weekly concerts in the garden take place every Wednesday evening on the grounds of the Lafergie Cultural Center, and there has been a banner year for attendance numbers, donations, and of course, ice cream sales. And I was in there the other day, and they have this student working there. I mean, all the workers are great, but there was this one, Alex, and he is like just delightful. There was people in there, and he was making them ice cream, so it was a great little atmosphere. Monument Restoration Project, Soldier in Memorial Square before and after restoration. There was a lot on Facebook about that, so that's pretty neat. And stay tuned for more on the larger project that celebrates the 100th anniversary of the unveiling of this sculpture. That's it, Your Worship.
Thank you. Any questions for the chair?
I just have a quick question, Councillor Carey. The armories, so when you say the museums are open 6 days a week, does that mean the armories is open 6 days a week as well? Because I had some people wanting to, okay, I just wanted to make sure that I was.
Yeah, so it's like the like down like on Water Street there.
Yeah.
That's open, and all the little
Okay,
sections.
all right,
there.
wonderful,
Yeah.
thank you, thank you. And you don't happen to know the hours, I could always check, it doesn't matter. No, don't worry about that, I can check, thank you. No, fine, thanks so much.
Any further questions? Do you have anything further to add at this time, Councillor Adams? Okay, it looks like we've gotten to the end of the agenda, and I see there's one item for the Committee of the Whole. So it'll take Brian a half a minute or a few seconds to get us disconnected from YouTube. So is there a motion to adjourn? Moved by Councillor Ramsey and seconded by Councillor McFeely. All in favor, say aye.